Hey there, this is Justin Lewis with Business Optimizer, and today I'm going to be doing a review of a website for a construction company in Austin, Texas. I've never looked at this website before. This is my first view of it, and I'm going to give you my feedback on what I think. And this is my first take on it. I've never been to this website before other than just Googling for a construction company in Austin, Texas. As you can see, I love the video in the background. So video is wonderful. I love when businesses put a video in the background, especially when they have drone footage. It's really nice how it has the transitions, and watching their truck drive by is also a really cool addition inside of the video. Something you usually don't see on websites is actual company vehicles, which I appreciate. But as soon as I land here, you can see it's Palm Construction, residential exterior interior remodeling experts. I do know that from at least looking over this, that it's not necessarily just Austin, Texas. That's why they say proudly serving Texas homeowners. I believe when I was in Google, it had mentioned San Antonio, Dallas, Fort Worth. So it would be nice if this was a bit more clear. Like, are they actually serving all of Texas? Or is it just certain regions? That would be a nice thing to be able to see as soon as you land on the site. I think that from an SEO standpoint, for the search engines, it would be wise for them to not just have Palm Construction right here. They should also make their logo a bit more prominent so you can actually read it, and instead use this as an actual headline that would mention Texas. Along with that, the subtitle or the meta title for the website currently just says home. This should be something more along the lines of Palm Construction, Texas residential exterior and interior remodeling, or something like that. Maybe a bit shorter than what I just said, but it should be something that defines very clearly who are they, who do they provide their services to, and what exactly are they providing. And that should be inside of the meta title. As I scroll down on this site, it's cool seeing that they have videos up here. I don't really think anything is wrong with what they have. It's very simple. You can see they have their list of services. I don't know if this is all of their services. These look like these would be links, but they're not. They're just pictures. So I think that they should be dedicated pages. Maybe they have a list of, they have a huge list of services. However, on their homepage, they only list 3, and it says interior, exterior, planning, and design. When we go up here, it's not saying that those 3 are actually like the most important in terms of like in the navigation. I think that they should do a mix of different things here. They should either alphabetize this or make it so that it is very clear what their most important services are in this drop down. And same thing when you get over here, like it should just be consistent. Along with that, it says main services construction company in Dallas and Austin, Texas. The fact that it has some inconsistencies there with the location, not just being Texas and now it's Dallas and Austin, but not mentioning Fort Worth and mentioning San Antonio, there's just some inconsistencies there that I feel like should be fixed. About us, Palm Construction, this is all fine. I'll just keep scrolling down, just get an idea. This is cool to be able to see the portfolio. Sadly, none of this can be clicked on. I think that these should be clicked on because I would love to be able to see, like, okay, bathroom model, I see that one picture, but I'd like to see more pictures or something about that project. Same thing with this pool and deck. Like, these look like beautiful pictures, but I'd like to see more. Going down, it's always great having your reviews on the site, especially when they're pulled directly from Google. So that's wonderful. They have some written reviews on here too. Another good thing for the search engines. Their form is pretty simple. I think this is good. I like the fact that they actually have a structure of what's going to happen once you fill out that form. And then down here, just the way that this is kind of thrown in here, I feel is a bit of a search engine manipulation tactic that some businesses do. Not saying that they're intentionally doing it, but let's see. If I go into an interior service page, I'm assuming that that's down at the footer as well. Okay, so you don't usually want to do what's happening down here. The search engines and people don't necessarily like that. I would suggest that this should actually list out their service area, but in a nice way, in a way that is clean and looks, honestly, looks pretty. And none of these are actually clickable either, although on the homepage, it looked like those links were clickable. If we just go back to the actual service page itself, though, I think that this isn't designed terribly. It's just one of those things where I would have liked to see bigger pictures, more pictures. And it would be nice if a form was right here, right on the right side. It has lots of text. The text is not necessarily optimized for the search engines. It's just kind of like hardscape and landscape design, and then it just kind of jumps to 1 word or 2 words per thing, which I think should be cleaned up and should just be better for the search engines. Should be a bit more less text as well. I think if you were to, instead of making this half and half on the page, making this about 2/3 of the page and this side about 1/3 of the page, would be better. And then putting a form over here that has all the things that they're requesting from their leads. On top of that, again, hardscape and landscaping design, that sounds great, but adding in the service area right up here at the top of the service itself is really useful. Having it down at the footer of the site, you're missing out on those people that are landing on this page, and we want the people to know that you can provide the service to them in their area. Without that, it's very likely that people come here, they'll get a bit confused, and they'll just leave. As I scroll down to the footer, I'll just kind of skip down here. I think most of this is pretty good. I do think they need a terms of service and a privacy policy. This could be fixed. This looks like this is an error in design. I don't think it needs a drop down here at all, just because it looks kind of clunky. Let's go back to the homepage real quick. Just check out mobile. So bringing up mobile now. Navigation disappeared. So there's actually no navigation that I can see, at least on the responsive version of this. Let me do a refresh. I'm just waiting for the page to reload. Okay, yeah, so there's no menu at all, so that's an issue. Also on mobile, when somebody lands here, it's Palm Construction, and then they see Palm Construction again. I think the logo should be a bit more prominent so people can read it. And again, I think the service area should be mentioned up here, and that video should really just take up the entire mobile version of the page. It would look way better that way. As I scroll down, all the same information, which means that this website is responsive. That's great. It looked like I could click this, but it is not doing anything. So I'm assuming those aren't clickable on mobile either. The mobile site looks pretty good. I would just clean up different sections and make things more consistent. So again, having the menu in there is a huge deal on mobile. I would like to see the phone number following people around the website as well, because I don't see that anywhere here. I see contact us today. This looks like this is like a chat box though. It would, in my head, it makes more sense to have it as a contact us button, and then also having the phone number down there. I think the phone number should follow people everywhere, especially when you're dealing with residential customers. Residential customers want to call businesses. They especially want to call construction and tradesmen. They want to speak to somebody. And if they don't want to specifically talk to anybody, it would be nice to have another call to action that would have them request a quote or request more information or just contact us. And having that right here on the homepage when people land here would be nice. Again, as I scroll down, phone number is not really here. There's no call to actions on the homepage as well, except for view all services. I guess there is contact us today. They're different colors and they're kind of hidden almost. They're very small. I have to wait until I get down to the footer and then I can find the phone number. So I think that's an issue. I do see they have a contact us page. We can see that the spacing on here is kind of broken, which probably means a lot more pages are broken. I'm just not reviewing every single page. And then lastly, phone number is here. This form actually looks like it's broken. It looks like there should be something up here or down here. Although I don't think the designer intentionally wanted to add anything there. To me, it looks like it's broken. Lastly, I would assume that other pages about the site. Yep. So projects, bathroom, for example, you can see the spacing here is messed up. Probably means there's lots of spacing issues throughout the site. So that should be fixed. The work is beautiful. This is great. The fact that it has these logos appearing at the bottom of the site on the projects, I think they should be more prominent throughout the site. So every single page, and it should just be in a consistent place. And that's one of the biggest things I would suggest here, is that there was just more consistency about what services are provided, who they're actually providing their services to, and then how to get in contact with them. That way, when somebody lands on this site, on any page, they can find this information within a matter of seconds. If you would like me to review your website, or you'd like to see us put together a demo presentation for your business, I own a company called Business Optimizer. You can visit at businessoptimizer.org. You can also give me a call at 707-216-2333. You can also text that number. And then lastly, if you'd like a presentation, you can go to businessoptimizer.org/presentation, and we'll put together a demo presentation mock-up of what we think that your website could look like.
I am one of the owners of Andy's Air here in Clearwater, Florida, and about 6 months ago we hired Justin and Deanna to redo our website. We had some issues with people that have handled it in the past, so I was very nervous. Justin and Deanna have been wonderful. Our Google My Business page actually had disappeared and we lost several reviews, which was very upsetting. They helped us get a new Google review page up and running, and it looks great. Only advertising we do is this internet SEO through Business Optimizer.
I'd like to thank Betsy with Andy's Air for the amazing testimonial and the awesome lunch that we had at Whiskey Joe's.